I am continuing in my reading. What I'm doing in this series is to read through the entire standard works of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This consists of the Bible, the Book of Mormon, the Doctrine and Covenants, and the Pearl of Great Price. I am continuing reading in a chronological order, according to event, not according to publication or volume. So I'm skipping around a bit as I move along. Continuing the Gospels, Christ is down in Jerusalem, or in the Judea area. I don't know if he's still in Jerusalem itself, but he is still in the area, and he has been teaching the people, did a few miracles, caused a lot of controversy, a lot of people accusing him of violating the Sabbath, other people defending him. Nobody who is not of God could do these kind of miracles. And we got this contention among the Jews. Some of them want to kill him, some of them believe him, all this stuff going on. We continue his Judean ministry here in Luke. One thing to remember is that he ordained the apostles fairly early on in his ministry, but very recently, just before coming down to Jerusalem this last time, he ordained the 70 and sent them out to preach and to heal and all that. And that was just before he snuck into Jerusalem. And that's where we leave it. Now he's down in Jerusalem, where we read last. And so now we turn to Luke. In this video, we have a Joseph Smith translation. And what the Joseph Smith translation is, this is a translation or correction done by Joseph Smith to restore those passages that have been lost or corrupted over the years. Right now, Luke chapter 10, verses 17 to 24. And the 70 returned again with joy, saying, Lord, even the devils are subject unto us through thy name. And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. Behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. Notwithstanding, in this rejoice not, that the spirits are subject unto you, but rather rejoice because your names are written in heaven. So now the 70 have returned, and they're reporting their success. And they are all excited that even the devils are listening to them. They've got this power, the power that he gave them. And he is saying, look, I understand. I was there when Satan fell, but don't rejoice over the power you have. Rejoice over the gift that God has given you. Your eternal life, your place in heaven. That is where your joy should be focused, not on what you're able to do here, but on what you will have later. Because even if our focus is here, even if we're doing the work of God, we can get too focused, and that can cause problems, and we lose sight. And we make the priesthood, the miracles, kind of become our idol, and that's not good. That's what Christ is warning against here. Anyways, let's pick it up, verse 21. In that hour Jesus rejoiced in spirit and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, that thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent, and hast revealed them unto babes. Even so, Father, for it seemed good in thy sight. All things are delivered to me of my Father, and no man knoweth who the Son is, but the Father, and who the Father is, but the Son, and he to whom the Son will reveal him. And he turned him to his disciples, and said privately, Blessed are the eyes which see the things that ye see, for I tell you that many prophets and kings have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. So here we have Christ saying the same prayer, which in the Joseph Smith translation anyways, Matthew kind of referred to as a conversation between him and the Father. And then I like this little ending part here, that rejoice in what we have. Or he's telling the apostles, rejoice in what you have seen and heard, because many people have lived before you, wanted to see this, and they didn't get the chance. Remember Alma in the Book of Mormon, when he's teaching his youngest son, Corianton, and he's saying, I know that Christ is coming, and I wish it was going to be in my lifetime. I really want him to come when I'm still alive, but whether he does or not, I will stay faithful. And that's what Christ is talking about. There were many people from the time of Adam down who thought, man, if only I could live long enough to see Christ come. And he's telling his apostles, be joyful that you are here to see this, that you are here as witnesses to see what so many have sought. The same thing can be said in the modern day. We are living in the last days. Christ will be coming back soon. The signs are all around us. We should rejoice in the fact that we will live to see the second coming. Because of the two things that people saw, the two things that prophets have seen and rejoiced the most in, are the first and the second coming of Christ. And we get to be the witnesses of the second coming. Now, let us look at the Joseph Smith translation. In verse 18, it now renders, "And he said unto them, As lightning falleth from heaven, I beheld Satan also falling." It's not exactly a difference in meaning, but I like the wording better. I will say I like that better. So the way it was before, it kind of almost sounds, well, it could be interpreted that Satan fell like he was a lightning bolt coming out of the heavens. But it clarifies here this is just a metaphor. Now verse 19 has, "Behold, I will give unto you power over serpents and scorpions." So not power to tread on serpents and scorpions, but power over serpents and scorpions. And that's an important thing too, because we don't have, the faithful aren't given license to just beat up things and step on them, and but we are given power over them so that we are not harmed by them. It is a minor clarification, but one that we should pay attention to. Now verse 21 has this correction: "Hid these things from them who think they are wise and prudent." That's nice. Instead of hiding it from the wise and the prudent, it's those who think they are. So the truly wise will recognize the truth, but those who only think they are wise, the truth is hidden from them. Now verse 22 has a number of corrections here, but it's like changing who to that, which is odd because they usually change that to who. But now it is rendered, "And no man knoweth that the Son is the Father, and that the Father is the Son, but him to whom the Son will reveal it." Now before I say anything there, just really quick, in verse 23, instead of "unto his disciples," it is "unto the disciples." So again, making an indication that he's talking directly to the 12. But I take note of that Joseph Smith translation. The Son is the Father, and the Father is the Son. This goes back to Mosiah with Abinadi preaching, where he said he is both the Father and the Son, the Father because he created all things, and through him we are born again. But he is the Son because he submits his will to the Father's will and pays the price for sin. And that seems to be what this is saying, but I will say it's very interesting because this actually makes it sound a lot more Trinitarian than it otherwise would have. And I find that very, very interesting. But I'm going to leave that here, and we continue with Luke next, so I will see you there.